Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome back to Empires SMP, where today we need to deal with some bad eggs in the neighborhood. The one thing I have going for me here on the server is I have lots of gunpowder. Well, I did have lots of gunpowder, but some of our neighbors keep coming over and stealing from me. Big thank you to the Gremlin spies for this one. We need to protect our base. Heck, we just finished this dang thing in the last episode, and what the heck is that up there? There's giant lava crystals floating above us. Okay, speaking of protecting the villagers, we just got them their new homes. It's time to take things to the next level. If you want help with powering up the Grimlands, click that subscribe button down below. We are nearing in on my goal of the year of hitting 700,000 subscribers, so I really do appreciate everybody clicking that subscribe button, but let's get rocking. I think I have an idea on how to use them. I have been wanting to get my hands on some lava recently, so Zornoth might have just given us another gift. He's so kind. Last time he gave us all the tentacles, which we turned into fertilizer down here, and look how much bone meal we got out of that. Oh, it's amazing. But first, my friends, I think it's time to start sectioning off our empire from the rest of the world. Let's start by expanding Salmon Mountain. And this is gonna look absolutely amazing. Oh, I can't wait to finish this thing up. I've got a whole plan for a giant mega base on top of the creeper farm. It's a bit of a bigger build, so I think I'm gonna need more than 5 golden carrots to be able to make this thing happen here.
Hello, fWhip. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm just over here talking with my villagers, hanging out with them. They're lovely. They're lovely people. We hang out a lot, yeah.
They just give you gifts?
I've turned a new leaf. I'm a good person now. I'm trying to go on a hero arc here, Joey, and it's working out great. How are you doing?
Oh, you're a hero now. I noticed that there's no corruption around here. Why is that?
Nope, it's all cleaned up. It's turned into fertilizer for my carrot field over there, and it's going great. Here, I can show you right down here. Check this out.
You cleaned up the corruption?
Yeah. I thought it was a gift, so I turned it all into bone meal. Isn't that beautiful? Look right in there.
That is sacrilegious. You shall suffer for the sins you have committed, fWhip.
What?
How
Joey,
dare you?
Joey,
My
Joey,
boyfriend.
Joey, thought we were friends.
So
Neighbors, am I right? What do we think about building a wall? I think we might need a wall. Do we build a wall? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of alliances and people here on the server, I did tell Scott a little while ago that I would build an embassy at his base, and I haven't really done it yet, and that owl is looking at me funny. So before he hates us too, I think we gotta get over there and do that. I'm gonna get a few blocks together here. For this build, I'm trying to make a smaller version of a house that would belong inside the village of Eastvale, but then Scott also asked us to not show him up, so we'll see how that goes, being the whole building boy ourselves over here. I think it'd be okay. I've got everything together here for ourselves, my friends, and hopefully by building this embassy, we can maintain what little alliances we still seem to have inside this world. It's been a little rough for the Grimlands recently. It's been a little rough. Trying to go with a little bit of a smaller build over here. I think we do something about like this, and then maybe bring in some calcite and go like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Then finish extending this side all the way over here, and maybe we pop ourselves in one, and then do another 5 on the calcite just to break it up. And lastly, so we don't have a big flat wall on this side either, I'm thinking we bring a little bit of a fireplace in here. So we got a small little tiny doorway to get in right over there. Got a big old fireplace in this position. Now on this side, I'm thinking we go up 3 like this, then we go up another 2 blocks right in here, and finally finishing it off up like that, and we could put one of the big bay windows. I didn't bring too many spruce logs with me, so switching it up here on the second floor to bring in some spruce planks, I think we could get a really cool feel for this. I don't think we're going too crazy sized on this build here. I'm getting the first roof line in on this edge over here. I got all of the polished in so we can kind of see that trim. Just to bring the roof color a little bit more like what Scott has going over here, I think if we do some stone brick, this could actually be really cool. Not gonna lie, kind of loving how this is coming together right now. If we need another like farmhouse or something to throw in just out in the fields, I think we could maybe build this house again. I'm really liking it. And here we go. The roof is almost completely in, and I'm 4 short. Okay, maybe we have some more down here. Nope, but we were able to turn the deep slate into that, and hopefully we don't need any more of those. Ooh, I like that. I think if we get some azalea bushes in here to blend with what Scott has going on, and we could do a little bit more detail on the build itself, that could look really good. And instantly the backside looks a million times better. I've been doing a little bit of work around this spot over here, and I think we throw the campfires in there. That'll pretty much finish up this point. Can I get that brick back? Yes, we can. Then I had the idea, whether this is stupid or not, is we are part of the Grimlands, right? We like our airships. So what if we build a little platform out here to land an airship on? I think that could be super fun. And then create a little platform around here using some of these sprucey bits. We can get a pretty secure looking platform right in here that I actually really like. I don't plan to actually build an airship over here, as I think that might overtake the scenery just a little bit, but we can at least make it look like the platform is ready for one. Our little guiding lights to land right here. You can tether off of those posts to keep the airship latched down, and perfect. Now I just need to finish decorating the inside, but this house is pretty much done. And the entire inside is now finished up. Perfect. I like it. I love it. It's very simple. It looks adorable. Now, next up here, my friends, I'm in the mood for a little bit of defensive action over here. We're gonna be bottling up all of the gunpowder that we have. So if people need it, they either have to be the ones sitting here AFKing for it, or they have to come and talk to me. We can really start to control that supply, and I think we can use it as a way to influence what the Xornoth supporters are doing, because if they still have to come to me to get their gunpowder, they're gonna have to be nice to us. Otherwise, there is no gunpowder for them. And there we have it. Our entire stock of gunpowder is now added into shulker boxes, so if anybody wants to get their hands on it, we hold all the cards. And we're hiding these away in the ender chest, so there's no way people can steal it for now. I would love to build up a giant vault to store all of our gunpowder in so that we don't have to fill up our entire ender chest full of it, because that's useful for blocks, right? But I want to make a giant door out of copper here eventually. So we got to see if we can make some amends with Pixarifs. I think he likes us now. I hope he likes us now. Hello.
Hey, are you good?
I think I'm good.
There's a lot of bad stuff been going on recently.
Well, I was just murdered by Joey. Does that count to make me good?
Okay, you're in the club. All right, come on.
Okay.
Come on.
that was the entry fee.
I have been making some discoveries about the whole corruption deal, and it seems like it might be allergic to copper.
Yep, that's great, because I desperately need some copper. That's why I've come all the way out here.
Yeah.
Do you think the supporters of the corruption are also allergic to copper? That's really what I need it for.
That is my hope.
I have come out to Pixandria because I'm really hoping to get my hands on some copper. I've unfortunately had some thieves in my empire recently stealing all of my gunpowder, and I need to build a vault to lock it inside of. And I figured there'd be nothing better to build a vault out of than a bunch of copper.
So this is how things have been going. This is the copper aging facility. This is the heart of the whole operation. So this is where
I
the product
understand
is
about
made.
nothing about what's going on here, but it does look beautiful.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of how it ended up looking. So I have a decent stockpile of it already. How much did you need?
I need about 3.5 stacks of copper blocks.
Okay, perfect. Sounds possible, definitely. It comes oxidized. You can just scrape it with an axe to get it to whatever age you need it to be.
Oh, amazing.
What did you have in mind to trade?
So, I being the Grimlands, I have plenty of gunpowder if you are interested.
Oh, I mean, gunpowder's not going to be a problem. I have my own supply now.
Oh, okay. I guess we haven't talked in a while. Okay.
Yeah. And I was thinking we should talk about this. Down here in the storage silo, again, not super secure, but if you've got problems with thieves, we can change that. I have a fair bit going on in here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do. You've got a little bit of gunpowder over here now. So I guess I'm pretty much worthless right now, and can I have a handout of copper?
Maybe, yes. What I need from
you
you is a bit of inside information about what's going on with the whole demon thing, because I've been out of the loop.
At this point, I decided to fill Pixarifs in on everything that has happened around the server, from MythicalSausage killing myself, MythicalSausage killing Gemini Tay, Joey killing myself, and, just everything else that's been happening with the corruption. Mentioning how I used the tentacles from Xornoth in order to turn that into fertilizer to help grow a bunch of our carrots, Pixarifs told me how he's also been farming materials from Xornoth.
If we can figure out some way of maybe getting back at MythicalSausage every so often, then I'm all for it. If you got any plans, count me in.
Okay, you know what? On that front, you're a fan of a heist, right? We got to prepare for this one. We got to prepare for it, but you like a heist. Yes?
You had me at heist.
At
I'm
heist?
in. Whatever
Perfect,
it is, I'm in.
perfect.
Tell me more. Obviously, the more information I have, the better. But if there's a heist,
So I'm thinking we forcefully slow him down a touch, and we bury some Elder Guardians underneath the Gremlin, so he just can't do anything.
Oh, I like it.
As Sausage was online while Pixarus and I were talking, it wasn't going to be the best to be able to get Elder Guardians inside of his base. They're kind of big, they kind of make a lot of noise, and well, they also give mining fatigue to anybody around them. So I ran back home and decided to start spending a little bit of time working on my villagers. Breeding up a bunch more villagers and turning them into stonemasons, we're finally going to get a good supply of quartz and dripstone blocks. And with that, the stonemason population has grown. Oh, I've more than doubled the amount that we have in here because the rest died, but these will keep alive. We have an iron golem in here keeping them safe. Speaking of keeping things safe, we need to go and trap a bunch of Elder Guardians underneath Mythland to the point where nobody's gonna be able to find and kill them inside of their Guardian Temple. Before heading off to move the Elder Guardians around, I met up with Pixarus at his base, feeling bad that I didn't pay for the copper blocks earlier and got the handout, decided to bring a bunch of blaze rods along and give those to him. We set up base camp, grabbed our potions, and headed inside to see if we could find a sponge room to use that to drain out some areas to move the Guardians around.
Oh yeah, the other problem with this is that I cannot breathe now.
Yep, there go, and it's instantly back, instantly mining fatigued again.
Yep, this isn't going well for me. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna die.
I could have locked your stuff in there. No! Drinking the milk. Going with the hoe. All right, I think we got them all.
See, that's how it should have gone the first time around. Simple, effective, and able to breathe.
Yep, we're both in our own little doors right over here, and it's perfect.
This is going to be a human-sized portal, so we're not going to get the Guardians through this one, obviously, but I'm thinking what we need to do is build the portals that we're going to take the Guardians through inside the chambers that we find them in. So that's why we need the sponges. We just need to clear out the area that we find the Elder Guardians, and then minimal movement from there.
Drying out the sponges, it became my job to dive back into the Guardian Temple and see if we could create some safe spaces where we could build another portal to move these Elder Guardians through. First TNT's off now. Please work. Yes. Okay. No. Turned out to be a little bit more difficult than not, but in the end, we were able to get it for all three of them.
Okay, phase 3.
You got your part done? I got the Guardians in little dried out positions in there.
I'm probably going to be working in there, getting them into the portals. I need you to be on the other side, making sure that they, A, get in the minecarts, first of all, and that, B, they get out of the minecart on the other side. Okay, a Guardian should be headed through to you in 3, 2, 1.
He's here. He's in the minecart, and he's secured. Okay, we got one in there.
In a second. Okay, the portal is lit, so in a second,
saw some Prismarine come through, so...
Yeah, if I can nudge this guy in the right direction, he should be coming through to you any second now.
Oh, and he's off. Okay, he's on the long rail going down.
Okay, go on through. He's through.
In.
Okay,
and
he's
he came
through.
out the middle. Wow, okay.
What a good guy.
Oh, there's mining fatigue. Okay, Pixarus, I think this worked.
I think it did. Take a look down the well. There's a fish in the well. I don't think the minecarts were enough to trap all of them, or at least I think one of the minecarts went through the portal somehow.
Okay, I am down. Oh my god, I see the tail.
Yeah. He is making some noise down here. He does not like being cooped up in there, but Guardians don't need water to live. So, yep, he is definitely the number one prisoner.
The iron bars. Great. Okay, I was really worried that if he got super close, Sausage could hit him.
Yeah, no, I think
that's amazing.
Very much trapped in there. It's incredible.
Now, with Guardians 1 and 2 being delivered successfully, we moved on to working with number 3 and unfortunately experienced a few hiccups along the way. Oh no. He either just went back through or he died.
Yeah, I have a feeling he might have died.
I think we've successfully brought MythicalSausage down a level. Just he's a little bit slower than he was before, so this is looking good for us here. But for now, Sausage is online, so I think we get the heck out of here.
Yeah, we need to skedaddle real fast.
Back home after a very successful heist, my friends, it is time to start moving forward with today's build, and I want to do it way up here in the sky. The plan here is to build a Tinker's Forge for ourselves, somewhere that we can produce crazy cool materials and weapons and things like that to help the other empires to try and even the playing field a little bit. But before we can do too much over here, we actually need to get a platform in the sky that we can build this stuff on. So I kind of want to create a little bit of an S-curve of a roadway coming here and probably looping back over that way. I'll be honest, this is not steep enough at all for me so far. What are we at right here? We're at 90, and down here we're at 85. That's only a 5-block difference getting up there. You could just walk up that if you want to. Okay, fixing this. This only brought us up another 2 blocks, but I think it's gonna do. Yeah, that gives the height variation we want. Okay, cool. If you want to get a good idea of what your road will look like when you're done, if you're doing like sky terraform and stuff like this, the insanity levels that we're going for here, just make it look like a rib cage of sorts, where you just every few blocks you go out the distance that you want or the width that you want on your road, and you end up with a half decent idea of what it'll kind of look like. But with that in mind, my friends, I've got a box of dirt, and we need a giant dirt platform up here. So, mini time lapse time, go! Now for the hard part of today's build, my friends. We need to put something on top of this dirt platform that we've made, but I left the hole empty here in the middle on purpose, as that'll eventually be a floor of something, and I didn't need to place dirt to only break it back down to put whatever floor material we're gonna use later. Haven't figured that out quite yet. I do love me a good future fWhip problem, so, oh, hi spider. So we're not even gonna think about that for now. I just wanna mob proof this to eliminate one future fWhip problem while we add a new one. It's fine. The sad part is the scale of this build that we're making. One building today is probably about the third of the size of the town that we built. Now moving on with gathering of a bunch of resources, I just pulled all of the gunpowder we have outside of our ender chest, and I'm just gonna plop it down in here for now to free up a little bit more space inside this guy. Don't tell anybody it's there, okay? But now, my friends, it's time to grind and gather as many blocks as we can to build this dang forge thingy. I definitely have a great idea of what I'm doing today. But starting off by chopping a bunch of spruce trees down to replenish the supplies, and then heading off to the mines to gather up even more deep slate, because we can never get enough of that stuff. Setting up a beacon, it was time to go ham. After that, Joel showed up over at our base as he needed a bunch of black dye, so I gave him some wither roses in exchange for a bunch of orange dye. And after many an hour of crafting away, my friends, we have these 5 sugar boxes that are loaded full of a bunch of goodies for ourselves. And look at all of our happy villagers. And finally, Joel gave us this as a trade like 2 months ago on the season. And I just finally found a use to the cyan terracotta, so that's gonna be great. Look at our village. Oh, I love this. It makes me so happy to see it so populated again. Oh, we gotta keep getting more villagers in here. What profession should we get in next? And I've been on Twitter seeing a bunch of people saying that they wanna live in Mythland. Does anybody wanna live in the Grimlands? I like friends, except that guy. He just ran into me. One empty box of dirt later and a platform up here in the sky. My friends, it is time to kick this off in a good old-fashioned time-lapse mode. And it is time to start our brand new Tinker's Mega Base. There we have it, my friends. The Tinker's Forge is complete, and it is looking absolutely fantastic over here, but it's also a new mob spawner for ourselves, so I guess the creeper farm isn't needed anymore as long as we got this guy over here. Look how cool it is. Now, Zorzor did leave us this beautiful power source right over here. A giant floating source of energy. And I feel like I have to take advantage of this one. I just have to. And I actually need a bunch of red glass right now, so we're just gonna really take advantage of this one. I do love having a lot of buckets of lava. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. One crystal has been fully dismantled here, and check out how much lava was in that thing. Holy cow, we're really gonna be able to start powering our forge. And my idea here, my friends, is to come inside and place the lava down right up here. I should really plan to do this quicker. And with that, the Grimlands Forge is now heating up and getting ready to develop some amazing new weapons. Step 1 of the base is complete, but honestly, I'm not 100% happy with it yet. We're on the right track over here, But we need to add a little bit more of the Grimlands flair to this guy, alchemist style. With an expansion on the way for our new base over here, I decided to move on with gathering a bunch of resources. I needed to acquire a large amount of blackstone, then moving on to those stonemason villagers that we bred up earlier in today's episode, I gathered up a bunch of quartz to smelt it down and turn it into smooth quartz. After that, I waxed some pre-aged copper that we got from PixelRiffs earlier. Everything's really coming together here. And then I learned that cobblestone and mossy blocks, you can combine them together to make mossy cobblestone. Mind blown. After I got everything together, I decided to expand the dirt platform that we have up on the hill, so we have a new place to add on the brand new buildings. And there we go. We've got everything we need for a few more buildings to be added around the crazy forge over there. My plan with this area has always been to be very inspired by Castlevania. I always loved that architecture style, and once calcite and deep slate got added in here, I figured that stark white to like the dark gray contrast that we have was so very cool, and I really wanted to go forward with that. So it's time, my friends, to build up some massive towers for ourselves to get all the way up to the top floor. So one more time in today's episode, my friends, let's kick this off in a good old-fashioned time-lapse mode. Well, this here definitely did something for the build over here, my friends. I think I like it. Y'all have to let me know what you think down in the comments below about this build here, because we're making good progress on it. I think it's going to be one of those things that just feels off until it's all the way completed. And I wanted to throw the chains hanging down in there, and I think it worked out really, really well. I'm absolutely loving this element. I'm loving this new element that we built into it with this guy right over here. This big old thing, I'm really not too sure on. Future plans, my friends, is we've got this railway over here that needs to go somewhere, obviously. So we have the Tinker's Forge inside of here, which we'll be hopefully doing the interior on in the next episode. And then over this way, I want to have the alchemical warehouse mansion of sorts. Almost as if we took a mansion, gutted out the entire interior of it, and turned it in this crazy alchemist labyrinth lab of sorts. That's the goal. We'll see if that happens. Let's see, did we achieve the goal of being down here in the city and you can see it? Barely. There's something up there. You can't really tell it's a big building or not. But oh, when you get back here, you start to get a few sight lines of it. Oh, that's beautiful. Why is it that I am always out of sugarcane? Always. I can never get enough of this stuff. I went through so many dang rockets trying to get up and down that build as I kept falling off or forgetting an item at the bottom. Whatever it was, it took forever and way too many rockets were spent. Holy cow. I guess I've played all my cards out here on the table, my friends, so you all know exactly kind of what's coming for the rest of Empires, or at least for currently what I have planned on Empires. We've got to finish the entire mountain range right over there. We've got our giant Tinker's base up there that we need to do, and eventually we will be covering up the creeper farm. I did show a little teaser of what's coming on there earlier on this week in the live stream, so if you missed that, show up to the live streams, right? Drop a follow on Twitch, yay! But the Grimlands is really starting to come together here, and I've got one final thing that I want to do. There's just on a whim here, just on a whim. We've got all of this sugarcane and a bunch of extra junk. I just remembered a while ago I spoke with Shelby about potentially turning this area in between our bases into a little bit of like a sugarcane patty of sorts, where both of us can come through here and pick up as much sugarcane as we need. And I just want to check in with her, as it's a little bit closer to her base than it is mine, but it's an idea I've had for a while. Now on Empires, everybody has their Empire export, of course, right? And that gives you the ability to automate and automatically produce certain things. Mine being gunpowder means that I'm kind of, or I guess explosives and things meant that I was the gunpowder guy. Totally okay with PixelRiff setting up his gas farm, by the way, because having gas tiers is going to open up so many doors. And now we got the Gunpowder Alliance going on here, so we'll see what comes of that one. But I did want to just mention that, take a quick second here before we get too far into doing this little build, is that it's okay if you're building manual areas to harvest things, especially if you can make it make sense in your empire. And I think this is kind of the perfect way to have a natural barrier between Shelby's place, so we turn this into a little bit of a swampy area down here, and my place being the Gremlins, because eventually they're going to look very different. So we have this kind of weird swamp in between. I think it could be a very cool vibe. And I should have thought this through before blabbing because I did the complete wrong order of setting up sugarcane down here, so I gotta redo this whole thing. Now this is not something I would recommend building unless you don't really care about dying, because these little sections can be extremely dangerous. What our goal is here is to maximize the amount of sugarcane we can fit into one little area. So if we fill in our water sources like this, we start throwing the sugarcane around, and eventually you create little patterns like this where you can fill in sugarcane completely around here. And when this stuff grows up, it's a solid wall of green that you cannot see through at all. So we're gonna do just a little section today right over here, and eventually I'm gonna come back and expand this because I am completely out of sugarcane and I need a lot more. In the end, the water pattern looks a little bit something like this, and now we just gotta spam sugarcane over this entire area. This right here on itself should start to really help solve our problem of potentially not being able to fly anywhere. And I think if we do that, kind of covering all the way along that edge there, maybe we do some more decorative stuff over on this side, and then we do a nice little roadway through the middle or pathway and connect up with Shelby's Empire, that could be really cool. But that will all have to be stuff that comes in a future episode, my friends, as I am way the heck out of time for today's video. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to click that like button down below if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're brand new. And with that, my friends, I will catch you on the fWhip side.